Hi guys, I'm Jim and this is Jim's Fix-It Shop, and today I want to go over a problem a lot of us have if you live in the northern states like Michigan, Indiana, Ohio, any place that gets a lot of snow. You guys down in Florida, South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi, hey, you got it made. But today I was in my favorite place, Menards, and I see these guys wheeling shopping carts out with a bunch of stuff in it, shovels and roof rakes. Today I want to talk to you about the dangers of a roof rake and how to use it properly. We all get up here, most all of us, get ice that builds up on the eaves of the house. Now a lot of people think that ice forms on the eave because the cold air gets under the eaves and that's what freezes the water. No, that is not what makes ice on your roof. When your roof is covered with, let's say we got a bunch of snow up here, all the way down to the eave. Now if you got them little flat 4-inch roof vents and you live in an area with snow, the next time you roof your house, do yourself a favor, take them off and throw them away. They're totally useless. They create more problems than they help. They stick up off your roof about 4 inches. How much snow do you have on your roof in the winter? Them things are totally buried. Now if you want to prove this to yourself, go up on your roof, take a shovel, memorize where that thing is and go up there with a shovel and stick the shovel in the snow and scrape it down the roof. And when you get up to that roof vent, you're going to notice that there's a big cavity where the heat coming out of your roof is melting the snow. Now that water is going to run down between the snow and the warm roof because it's not getting ventilated properly. And when it gets down here to your eave, it freezes and it makes an ice dam. Now there's a reason us Michiganders call the snow on your roof a blanket of snow. Snow is excellent insulator. Ask the Eskimos that build igloos out of snow and they actually heat them. What causes ice to build up on your eaves is when for any reason you have heat loss in your attic. Now you could have the best insulations on the market. You could have twice as much as what they recommend. And if you don't have proper ventilation in your attic, you're still going to have problems with ice. Insulation, regardless of what grade it is or how much you have, is still going to lose heat. It's just going to slow it down. You have to have a vent of some sort in the house, in the gable, in the roof to get rid of that heat buildup. Now when this stuff melts, it's the snow on the roof is being melted from the heat in the attic. Now that water is going to run down your roof until it comes out from under the snow. And when it starts to drip, that's when it freezes. And the more heat loss you have, then you get what they'll call in Michigan here, right here, an ice dam. And the bigger that gets, the more water backs up behind it. Now the older homes, I've been working on houses for years. I am a unlicensed contractor. Been working on houses for, I don't know, 25 years or better. The man that built this house that we're living in here was a licensed contractor. If I ever caught him, I'd probably strangle him. He did more stuff wrong on this house. We've had it for 17 years. I'm still fixing his screw-ups. So a license to me don't mean squat. Now, when this water runs down and it builds up, this dam is going to get taller and taller. And the only way the water can get over it is to build up behind it. And it's going to stay water because it's got snow on it that's insulating it from the outside temperature. On this side of your roof, your older homes, when they used to shingle them, the only thing they did for ice protection or water backup was they took a shingle and flipped it upside down. That gave you about 6 inches of actual backup protection. They all covered roofs with tar paper, but as soon as you nail your shingles on, you got a million holes in that tar paper that's going to leak. Unless you use a new product they call Ice and Water Shield. This stuff is fabulous. If you're ever going to get your house roofed, make sure your contractor uses Ice and Water Shield. It's a sticky product. You peel the back off of it, you stick it on your roof. If it's really warm out when you're using it, this stuff is like slimy. I don't know what it's made out of, but they will guarantee your roof will never leak for the life of the shingle you're putting over this product. So if you buy a 40-year shingle and put over this product, they'll guarantee your roof won't leak for 40 years regardless how much ice you got backing up on there. To get rid of this ice problem, a lot of people go down and they buy a roof rake. And they think, oh yeah, you know, okay, we got this big ice dam over here and we got all this snow up here. We're going to take that roof rake and we're going to go up there about 4 feet and we're going to rake that snow off. That is the worst possible thing you can do, is to do that. Because now what are you going to do? You're creating another ice dam right there, where your older homes have no protection for water backup. And a lot of your newer ones don't either. If you're going to use a roof rake, scrape the entire roof off, all of it. That gets rid of the problems from the heat coming out of your attic and melting the snow, because there's no snow there. And what does melt can't run down and come out from under the snow and give you another problem because you've removed that snow. The best ventilation I've found in this area for your attics, a lot of people use these little ridge vents that stick up about 2 inches above your roof. There again, the theory behind them, your prevailing winds blowing across will keep the snow off of the back of the house. If winds come from the west, and it's going to clear off the ridge, and then it's supposed to vent the heat. Well, you drive around in this area, I don't see any of them things that are open. They're all covered with snow. Now you got the same problem. You have no ventilation in your attic. The best thing I have found to use that I buy are them round turbines that you see on some of the houses. They stick up off the roof about 2 feet. You want to mount them so about half of this turbine is visible from the peak of the house, so wind can hit it. When the wind hits that and spins it, it creates a vacuum and it sucks the heat out of your attic. That's the only thing I'll put on houses that I work on. If they don't want that on their house, I won't shingle it, because I won't stand behind not getting an ice problem because you don't have proper ventilation. If you've got a hipped roof, you definitely want those. A gabled roof with a gable end, you can put gable vents in. Your soffits, you want as much ventilation in your soffits as you can get. Some contractors will put one perforated piece of fascia or soffit and 3 or 4 solids in one perforated. I put all perforated. You want as much ventilation in that attic as you can get. But that's how you want to use a roof rake. Don't go up 3 or 4 feet and scrape the snow off, because I'll guarantee you, you're going to have another problem, and this time it's going to be worse. So just a little pointer to help you guys out that live in these snowy states like mine. I have a huge ice problem on my house because of the way the man built the house. The ceilings in the living room are cathedral. He did not use scissor trusses. He stick built the house. And when he put the insulation in, you're supposed to buy these cardboard or styrofoam, I can't even think what they call them right now, but they put them in between the roof rafters that hold the insulation down. Because once you put the insulation in there, a lot of times it will expand and it will cover that entire opening, and you won't get any air from your eaves up to your ridge. It blocks all the airflow, and that's what happened on this house. He just built it wrong, everything. I have a lot of problems with my house. I used to go up and chop ice. I used to go up and throw salt on ice. Well, now I got smart. I went down and bought the wires that you see on some houses zigzagging on the eaves. I put them on there. Totally took care of all the problems. You don't want to run them 24/7 because when you get your first month's electric bill, you're going to be surprised. I have mine on a commercial heavy-duty timer, and they come on for 2.5 hours every 12 hours. So they're running 5 hours a day in a 24-hour day, and that is more than enough to give me a channel for the water to go through and to come out so I don't have huge ice dams on the back of my house. Another problem he did that I would never put in a house is a skylight. If you drive down a road and you look and you see houses with skylights, they're never covered with snow. They're always bare. You think they go up there and wipe them off? No, they're a huge heat loss. Do not put a skylight in a house. But that's it. Just a couple of tips on insulation and ice problems. If you have any questions, put them in the box below. I'll get back with you. And until next time, work safe, stay off them slippery roofs, and we'll talk to you soon.